Jousting traces its origins back to the training exercises of medieval knights. Initially, it was a practical way for knights to hone their skills in mounted combat, simulating the experience of charging at an opponent with a lance. Over time, these exercises evolved into organized tournaments held throughout Europe, becoming a central feature of medieval courtly culture. The earliest recorded jousting tournaments date back to the 11th century, with contests often held as part of celebrations or festivities, showcasing the martial prowess and valor of knights. As jousting gained popularity, it became more formalized, with rules and regulations governing the conduct of participants. Tournaments were often sponsored by nobles or royalty, who would provide lavish prizes for the victors. Jousting tournaments served not only as displays of skill, but also as opportunities for knights to earn renown and prestige. The spectacle of jousting captivated audiences across Europe, with tournaments attracting spectators from all walks of life, from peasants to nobility. Over time, jousting evolved from a military exercise into a highly ritualized and prestigious sport, shaping the culture of knighthood and chivalry during the Middle Ages. Jousting tournaments were governed by a set of rules and regulations that dictated the conduct of participants and ensured fair play. The rules varied depending on the specific type of jousting contest, but they typically outlined the scoring system, the allowed maneuvers, and the penalties for infractions. Participants were required to adhere to a strict code of conduct, emphasizing qualities such as courage, honor, and sportsmanship. In terms of equipment, jousters wore heavy armor to protect themselves from the impact of the lance and carried a shield for added defense. The lance, the primary weapon used in jousting, was a long wooden pole with a blunted tip designed to minimize the risk of injury while still delivering a forceful blow. Jousting armor was specially designed to withstand the rigors of combat, with reinforced plates covering vital areas of the body. Overall, the rules and equipment of jousting were carefully crafted to ensure the safety of participants while maintaining the thrill and excitement of the sport. Jousting tournaments played a significant role in the culture of knighthood and chivalry during the Middle Ages. Knights saw jousting as an opportunity to demonstrate their martial prowess, honor, and adherence to the code of chivalry. The jousting arena became a stage where knights could showcase their courage and skill in front of an audience of peers and spectators. Participation in tournaments was not only a matter of personal glory, but also a way for knights to uphold their social status and fulfill their duties as warriors and defenders of the realm. The rules of chivalry dictated that knights must treat their opponents with respect and fairness, even as they engaged in fierce combat, adding a layer of honor and nobility to the spectacle of jousting. Jousting tournaments attracted some of the most renowned knights of the era, who became celebrated heroes and legends in their own right. These famous jousters were often the subject of admiration and emulation, inspiring aspiring knights to achieve greatness in the jousting arena. The exploits of legendary jousters such as William Marshall, known as the Greatest Knight, and Ulrich von Liechtenstein, whose chivalric romance chronicles his jousting adventures, captured the imaginations of medieval audiences and continue to be celebrated in historical literature and art. Through their deeds in the jousting arena, these knights embodied the ideals of knighthood and chivalry, leaving a lasting legacy that endures to this day. Despite its popularity during the Middle Ages, jousting began to decline in the late medieval period due to changes in warfare and society. The emergence of gunpowder weapons and changes in military tactics made heavy cavalry less effective on the battlefield, diminishing the practical relevance of jousting as a military training exercise. Additionally, the cost and logistics of organizing tournaments became increasingly prohibitive, leading to a decline in the frequency and scale of jousting events. However, jousting experienced a revival during the Renaissance as a form of entertainment for nobility and royalty. Tournaments were often held as part of elaborate pageants and festivities, featuring extravagant displays of wealth and power. Despite no longer serving a practical military purpose, jousting retained its symbolic significance as a symbol of chivalry and nobility, continuing to captivate audiences with its spectacle and pageantry. In modern times, jousting has experienced a resurgence of interest, fueled by historical reenactments, medieval festivals, and modern competitions. Enthusiasts and historians strive to recreate the atmosphere and excitement of medieval tournaments using authentic equipment and techniques. Jousting events are held around the world, attracting participants and spectators spectators alike who are drawn to the thrill of watching armored knights clash in honorable combat. While no longer a mainstream sport, jousting continues to thrive as a niche pursuit, keeping alive the traditions and spirit of medieval chivalry for future generations to enjoy and appreciate. The spectacle of jousting has left a lasting impression on popular culture, inspiring countless works of literature, art, and film. Throughout history, jousting tournaments were often depicted in medieval manuscripts and illuminated manuscripts, showcasing the grandeur and excitement of the event. In literature, jousting featured prominently in medieval romances and chivalric epics, where knights embarked on quests and adventures to prove their worthiness in the jousting arena. One of the most famous literary depictions of jousting is found in Sir Thomas Malory's Le Morte d'Arthur, where King Arthur and his knights participate in tournaments of valor and honor. In modern times, jousting continues to capture the imagination of audiences through films, television shows, and video games. Iconic films such as A Knight's Tale and Ivanhoe feature thrilling jousting sequences that evoke the spectacle and excitement of medieval tournaments. Television shows like Game of Thrones have also incorporated jousting into their narratives, showcasing the pageantry and danger of the sport. Additionally, jousting-themed video games allow players to experience the thrill of medieval combat firsthand, immersing them in the world of knights and tournaments. Overall, jousting's enduring presence in popular culture serves as a testament to its timeless appeal and significance as a symbol of medieval chivalry and honor. The romanticized image of jousting as a noble and chivalrous endeavor has permeated popular culture, shaping how it is portrayed in various forms of media. From literature to film, jousting has been depicted as a symbol of courage, honor, and medieval pageantry. In literature, iconic works like Sir Walter Scott's Ivanhoe and Mark Twain's A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court feature vivid descriptions of jousting tournaments, capturing the excitement and drama of medieval combat. These literary portrayals often romanticize the chivalric ideals associated with jousting, presenting it as a test of valor and a means for knights to prove their worthiness in the eyes of their peers and their lady loves. In film and television, jousting scenes are often among the most memorable and thrilling moments, showcasing elaborate choreography and visual effects to recreate the spectacle of medieval tournaments. Movies like A Knight's Tale and First Knight transport audiences to the jousting arenas of yore, immersing them in the clash of lance against shield and the roar of the crowd. Jousting has also found its way into the realm of video games, where players can experience the thrill of medieval combat firsthand, participating in virtual tournaments and striving for glory on the digital battlefield. Across all forms of media, jousting continues to captivate audiences with its blend of action, romance, and historical intrigue, ensuring its enduring place in the collective imagination. Through its portrayal in literature, film, and other forms of media, jousting has transcended its historical origins to become a timeless symbol of chivalry and adventure. Whether depicted as a grand spectacle of knightly prowess or a test of honor and courage, jousting continues to resonate with audiences of all ages, keeping alive the spirit of medieval pageantry for generations to come.